Yeah, we'll see if you're still standing at the end. Some of you might be asleep. I hope we can keep it to a minimum there. You know, this is one of my favorite days to come and get to talk to y'all. I'm so humbled always to be in front of, you know, such a group of men, you know, and women, such successful businessmen and community leaders, and even Mayor Scholl, to be in front of them. That, you know, I'm so happy to be. I don't know. Well, I'm up here. I can hit it too then. No, but you know, it really is, and I enjoy this, and I enjoy this day. First thing I want to say, you know, I can always tell football coaches and football players, you know, it's always different for us because, and I know that baseball players are so much smarter than football players. And you know how I know that? Have you ever seen a baseball team be penalized for too many men on the field? You know, me neither. But we get that to happen to us sometimes. And I know that women. That they wouldn't be good football players too, because you could never get 11 women to wear the same outfit in public at the same time. So there's reasons why that it's stuck on guys. But you know, I want to talk about a few things here, and you know, the first thing I'm going to say is, you know, just being a coach, that's never lost on me. And I know, you know, I had such great mentors. You know, I had a lot of great mentors that really I kind of fashioned myself and the way that I do things that I was under, you know, with Graham Clark and Darrell Watson and guys like that, Rodney Burton, those guys that were on the staff for so long at Dobyns Bennett, but, you know, guys like Gene Venable and you know, when I played at ETSU, Ron Davis, and just, you know, there's just something about it that just having quality, positive men in your life just is you know, is so important. And you know, that's obviously, and you guys know that that's something we're losing in society, and it certainly is not lost on our team. We have the same thing. And so, as a coaches, you know, I actually heard a guy say once that you've always heard actions speak louder than words. I had a guy once told me, he said that actions speak louder than coaches. I don't know if that's the case or not, because we usually speak pretty loud to the kids and everything, because, you know, we're trying to instill, you know, discipline, but the way that we want to do things and just all that stuff at one time, and it's hard. But so, you know, I want to talk about assistant coaches, and, you know, I learned real quick my first year that when you're the head coach at Dobyns Bennett High School, there's too much credit and there's too much blame goes around for the head coach, and it's a lot like you guys in the occupation and the things that you did or are currently doing. There's just too much success and too much blame. I'm going to tell you about my coaching staff, though. How lucky we are, how the city of Kingsport has allowed me to build my coaching staff. You know, it was an older staff. When I took over, and a lot of guys were wanting to transition out and things like that, but I wanted to get younger on the staff. I wanted to certainly be able to relate to young kids. You know, I don't think I'm old, but I don't know. You know, at 50, I feel old. So my coaching staff has, and these numbers are just amazing to me, has 23 years of college coaching experience. They have 41 years of college playing experience and 214 years of high school coaching experience. So it's just incredible. It's just incredible the amount of success and dedication that they have, but how we've been able to do that. Even to have those numbers with such young guys, you know, because I probably have, I probably got about 5 or 6 coaches that's not even 30 years old yet. So to have those numbers with that is, you know, that's really good. And like I said, just that Kingsport allows that, and has allowed me to build that staff. I really appreciate it. Kingsport's a special place. You guys know that, and that's why you're here, and that's why you guys are community leaders. That's why y'all have taken on, the roles that you have. And listen, it's a place that I've spent so much of my time. I grew up in Sigornsville, but my dad worked at Eastman, and he worked in the fire department at Eastman. And when he got that promotion, we had to move to Kingsport. He had to be able to get to work within 5 minutes in case something happened. So that's when our family moved to Kingsport, and I knew then, that's where I want to raise my family, and I've made a commitment to that, and it's been great. It has been the greatest thing for me. And like Mr. Campbell said, my daughter went through KCS schools just like most of y'all's kids have, and she's fixing to graduate a semester early from UT. She's already got a job offer, down in Georgia at Frito-Lay, and she, it's been real successful. It's been a great thing for her and all that. But Kingsport's one of those places where pride meets passion, right? Is that not it? We're so proud. We're so proud of this community, but I know that we're also so proud of especially Dobyns Bennett, but especially the football team, the band, the Spirit Shakers, the cheerleaders, everybody that's out there on Friday nights who's just trying to do the best they can. And so we really, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the support and the passion that we do have. Now I'm gonna Jack, I'm not gonna ask you to put money in the bowl or anything. What's that?
I'll put money there for you. You give hell.
Well, I'm getting ready to ask for it. No, I'm going to tell you. Like I said, there's we got a lot of kids that don't have that strong male role figure in their role model in their life and everything like that. And part of being a coach, and we're always. I know I'm always angry. That's what my wife says. She says, you're always angry. You're always angry. I just don't know about this. But it's not. When you love kids and you're trying to mentor the kids, you're always trying to do better. And in today's world, like if we go, what do they call it, Black Friday, Black Friday and shopping like that, and now especially since my kids are older, that's not such a big deal. All y'all, it's your grandkids, but and some of y'all, it's your great grandkids. But you start worrying about what you're going to get your kids, and so we're past that. But for me, it's like I got about 3 or 4 kids on the team that I'm like, what am I going to buy them for Christmas? Because they're not going to have Christmas, and so So it's me, and it's Dobyns Bennett football that has to do that. So if you guys ever want to support something financially that you want that is going to do something great, I tell you, we're going to make these kids. We try to make them proud. We try to make them right, and we're going to do it right through you and because of you. So. I meant to bring business cards today, and I totally forgot it. When I stopped by the office, I was in my classroom. I had to go by the office real quick before I got here. I sure didn't want to miss a free meal. And but if that's something you think you would want to support us, we got a little separate fund there that I, through the like cleats. We don't buy kids cleats anymore. They have the ability to raise money for cleats. Because we don't fundraise like some. There's some organizations that Dobyns Bennett fundraises year long. We don't fundraise. We do 2 fundraisers a year. We sell discount cards next week, and we sell T-shirts at the end of January, 1st of February in there. That's all we do. And I'm glad for that. But if that's something you'd want to support, you see me. I'll get you my number, name. You can call me. You can do whatever you want, and we will help those. Before I go on else, I want to talk about season tickets. We have currently sold more season tickets this year than we have in the last 5 years. And I think that's probably, here's the business teacher in me. That's pent up demand, right? That's the pandemic and all that. I think there's people's wanting to get out and they want to do anything. I think Fun Fest probably showed that this year, and anything else that that the city's done, the community's done. So if you don't have your season tickets, you need to get season tickets. Now, if you don't have season tickets, Coach DeBusk would get mad at me if I didn't say this, you can still go to games. You can buy a reserve ticket for game. We're trying to do online tickets. You know, if you go to any concert or football game now, you're pretty much going to be online tickets at most places. Well, Dobyns Bennett is trying to get into the 21st century and to do the same. But I do want you to know, if you decide on a Friday you don't have a season ticket and you want to come, Gate 1, which would be the main gate, or you would think there at the bottom of the ramp behind the home plate or so of the baseball field, that they will take cash. No, wait a minute. I'm telling you wrong on that. At Gate 1, it's credit card or debit card, and you can buy a reserved ticket. At Gate... No, okay, you can. At Gate 1 and Gate 4, you can also buy a ticket with cash. And Gate 4 is located under the Jumbotron. So we still are going to let you buy a ticket with cash, but for all you guys, you know, and that money, listen, that money doesn't go to football. It helps run football, but listen, all sports are paid through those 5 home football games that we have at Dobyns Bennett. You know, I mean, every other sport lives through those games right there. So you guys come out and support us, and I think we're going to put something on the field that you will be proud of. I hope so anyway. That's the plan. That's what we're trying to do. You know, football's a great way to get rid of your aggressions without going to jail, and that's what I keep trying to tell the kids. Now, we've got some kids that, you know, we still ain't got them there yet, but we and I apologize. I'm going on such very little sleep. I was in the office till 1 o'clock last night and had to be up at 7:30 in the classroom this morning. But we scrimmaged last night up at Emory and Henry, a really good team out of Roanoke, Lord Botetourt, and so it's you know, but football's a way to do that, and we got a little better last night. We got a little better to where maybe we can get our kids to get a little aggression out without going to jail. You know, football, I know you've heard this saying, football doesn't build character. It doesn't. It exposes character. That's what it does. Because when you're in that line, when you're on that line, and it's you and that other guy, mama can't help you. Coach can't help you. Daddy can't help you. It's you and another human being. And either you're going to win or you're not. And I tell the kids, and at some point in time in your life, you're going to see, I don't see where he went to now, but you're going to see, you're going to have a little twinkle in your eye for some little girl, and somebody else is going to have that same twinkle in their eye for that little girl, and it's going to be you or him. Your kids to do the right thing, but you know what? There's somebody down the street, or there's somebody walking down the street, or there's somebody at school, or there's somebody somewhere, they're going to try to influence your kids too to do something that you probably don't want them to do. Is it going to be you, or is it going to be them? You know, and that's what football teaches you. We don't build character, we expose character. Now, having said that, let me say that you know, we're in a, I hate to say a word, but that's what all the media people have been saying. We're in a rebuilding season. Listen, we lost 30 seniors last year, which is the most that I can ever remember since I've been at Dobyns Bennett. It's the most seniors I can remember. We lost 19 of our 22 starters. That's unheard of, all right? But like I said, I don't like to use the word rebuilding. And let me tell you this, we're so smart coaches. I've already told you how smart we were, right? We're so smart coaches, those 3 guys that are returning, we've moved them all to different positions. So we'll have 22 new starters at our 22 core spots right there. I don't like I said though, I don't like the word rebuilding. Am I on a time limit here, Mayor? Okay, then I'm not. So I don't like the word rebuilding. I know y'all have heard this poem before, but I'm going to read it again because I think it's so appropriate. You guys know it. I saw a group of men in my hometown preparing to tear a building down. With a heave, a hoe, and a mighty yell, they swung a beam and a sidewall fell. I asked the man, are these men skilled? Are these the type that you'd hire if you wanted to build? The man just laughed and said, no, indeed. He said, common labor is all I need. For I could tear down in a day or two what it takes a skilled laborer 10 years to do. See, we're trying to build this program. And we're trying to build it. We're not going to tear it down. Now, when I took over, I said I wanted to treat this place like a small college. And we've done a lot of that. We've upgraded some facilities that I've had to raise money to upgrade facilities. You should see, I wished I took pictures that I could have showed you to where our locker room, we've got, when we built the field house, you know, and we've got like, what do they call it, Formica, you know, seats and everything, and it's worn out. It was picked off. Kids would get cut. They'd sit down. They'd cut their legs on it and everything. I put granite for the seats on there. I said it'll never be replaced again. About $13,000 worth of granite that we put there, and I trimmed it out with aluminum trim there on the bottom. So we still have the maroon in our locker room, but we got this white and black granite there, but gray or silver aluminum underneath it. Man, it really pops. I've put big pictures up, you know, big pictures like that would be as big as that right there as you walk down the hall to the locker room. Because once again, the pride of Kingsport, I want to instill the pride. Those kids have got to feel the pride of Dobyns Bennett football. They got to feel the pride because in today's world, kids aren't going to play just because they want to or just because, well, my dad did, or I think it's what everybody wants to do. I mean, they've got to have something. The guy asked me earlier, do you think people, he said, do you pay players? You know, we do. But it's like in a T-shirt. We give them a T-shirt, or we give them so we don't give them a hat. We'll give them like 2 T-shirts a year. We have kids, once again, I'll go back to those same kids. We have kids wear those T-shirts. I mean, they wear them twice a week to school. And I ask my coaches sometimes. I say, man, if we didn't give them a T-shirt, what are they going to wear? What are they wearing to school? Because I feel like we're the wardrobe for them. So, but anyway, I don't want to get you bogged down in that. So we're working hard though. We're working hard for this year. We've continued to, you know, the harder you work, the harder it is to lose. You guys, when you're successful in business, listen, you work. I tell our kids all the time, you want to get a fumble, you want to get an interception, you know, whatever it is, the harder you work, and you guys will back me up on this, right? The harder you work, the luckier you are. Luck comes to those who work hard. When you work, if you're running to the football, you'll recover the fumble. Now, if you're not running to the football, you're not going to recover the fumble. If you're working harder than everybody else, you're going to build your bank to be better. You're going to build your law practice to be the best. You're going to build your company that you're in to do that. And here's the other thing about football. No offense to any of the bankers here, we don't get to buy anything on credit. In football, everything's paid with cash in advance, and that cash is your sweat. All right, everything that we do requires payment in advance. We can't buy anything on credit in football. So we have worked hard this year. We like as hard as we ever have. I think our kids, obviously, with 30 seniors, and listen, you can only imagine, you know, when you're dealing with 14 to 18-year-old kids, and you lose 30 seniors, and you know, and we went 10-3 back-to-back years, and those seniors were really smart, and they're like, man, y'all are gonna be terrible next year. Man, y'all won't win a game next year. You know, and those kids hear that. I mean, of course they hear it because that's who they're telling them to. And so our kids really took that to heart, and we've worked really hard. And we're not gonna lose every game, I don't think. If we do, it's been nice being here this year. I hope to see y'all out somewhere else in the community. But our goal, though, I tell our kids, we don't want to be 10-0. We don't want to be, you know, I don't want to put things like that, but we want to be 1-0 every Friday. And then once we're 1-0, that season's over. Like next week, we have Tennessee High, and we want to be 1-0 on Friday. After that week, it's over. We want to be 1-0 the next Friday night. We're going to look at everything game by game. Are we Are we inexperienced? Heck yeah. We're so inexperienced. We're having to coach things, teach things that I can't believe we're having to teach. But it's where we are. We don't have the experience. We have a starting slot receiver. Well, he's a backup slot receiver, but he'll play half the time. He's never played football before. I mean, it's like he's been transported into a new country and we just turned him loose and he can't speak the language or anything like that. You know, we're having to bring so many kids up. They have no experience from it. And we're just trying to flatten that. Everybody wanted to flatten those curves last year, right? We were trying to flatten those curves in the pandemic. Well, we're trying to flatten the learning curves for so many of those kids. And it's just hard. The experiences we can't, you know, other sports, I don't know. I mean, I do know. I played a lot of sports, but other sports don't have it football to where it's so situational. It's so, in this defense, you take this step, but in this defense, you take this step. But now if it's this defense, but they move to this, then you got to take this step and this step. There's so many things, so many more variables in there. Sometimes I'm jealous of I'm jealous of Mr. Cook, who I love so much because the band, there's no the variables, there's obstacles. I don't think there are none. There's nobody out there intruding anybody's way. I'll talk a little bit about the team. We got a two-way battle at quarterback. I know I've probably out of time here. Two-way quarterback at quarterback. We'll play two guys next Friday. I hope that one of them is able to take the ring and earn the job before the season ends. The old coaching adage is if you got two quarterbacks, then you have none. I don't believe that. I think we got two pretty good quarterbacks. They have different skill sets, and we just need to find out which one's better for our team, which one will lead us. We're looking for leadership, obviously, and which one will take care of the football and be efficient in our offense. We lost all 5 of our offensive linemen last year. Man, that's impossible to replace those guys. But it's a work in progress. Something that I've had to go back and take a lot more help just because of the inexperience of it. And got a great offensive line coach, Ty Hayworth, who graduated from DB, graduated from Wake Forest, played there 5 years. And then defensively, we got linebackers. Probably our linebackers right now is Branson Carswell, who's a sophomore, playing more sophomores this year than we've played certainly in my 4 years. Levi Evans will be a really good wheelbacker for us. We're going to rotate probably 7-8 guys at the 4 positions down on the D-line. Coach Gaines and handling the back end there. At safety, we've got we're still undecided really at a couple of those safety spots. Colt Weiniger's a kid that moved in from out of town. He's got a possibility to start one of those spots, but he's in a battle with Patrick Mitchell, George Evans, and then let's see at the other safety, Caleb Baker's. He's probably got that nailed down at corner. We got 3 guys competing for 2 spots there. So the thing, and I told y'all not last year. I guess we didn't do this last year, did we? 2 years ago, competition. We want competition at every position, and that. We're closer than we've ever been. We're closer than we've ever been. Our senior class, quite honestly, is probably not the most talented class that I've ever seen. But there's a few pieces in there that we can really work with. But what they've done, though, they've got better, because that's what we do at Dobyns Bennett. As far as like pure talent, we don't have the talent we had when I first came to Dobyns Bennett 18 years ago. We don't. But we do a great job of developing talent. Zach Fleming, our strength coach, does an amazing job of getting our kids a little bit stronger and a little bit faster, and a little bit bigger. And our seniors have bought into that. Our junior class is probably a little bit more talented than them. Our sophomore class is more talented than our junior, and our freshman class, quite honestly, is more talented than our sophomore class. So it's going to be good in the future, but we're building right now. And so just stay patient, stay with us, get on the bus with us, because it's just going to keep rolling by. That's what we do. That's what we do at Dobyns Bennett football. I'll take a few questions, or I'll take as many questions as you want, because I got nowhere to be. I don't get to take an afternoon nap like most of y'all.